McIntyre doesn't see why people love Omega, but he's going to give them a reason to want to cheer for him. He doesn't like him. He's in a stage that belongs to Drew McIntyre, and he is the next target of the Empire. Buddy Murphy! And now he's just attacked a pair of them! Ali and Cedric! Only one man should be going towards that title, and it's not Hiromu Takahashi, or Ali, or Alexander, no! It's Buddy Murphy, and then everyone will learn it is not the British Empire that matters, but it is Murphy's Law that will run the Cruiserweight division. ECW Television Championship up for grabs. And Strowman retains the ECW Television Championship. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. Yes, you've been blessed once again. The show of the week is here. You're welcome, you're welcome. I know, keep yourselves down, keep yourselves down. Quiet voices, everyone. Anyway, we are heading towards the next ECW exclusive pay-per-view, and you know what? I decided that since every other general manager around here has decided to get their nose in this business and get their face out on the stage, why don't I do it? And in the most favorite and in the most famous arena in the world, Madison Square Garden, why don't I do it right here? So yes, here tonight, yours truly, the living legend, the ECW general manager, the reason why ECW is the greatest show, well, 50% of the reason. Larry Crisco will be opening this show. You're all very, very welcome for it. I know, hold your applause, hold your applause. I'll be giving you some great news to start off this show. That is it, no doubt about it, but what I also want to talk about is the main event of this evening, and you see it right there. Going to be a great main event that I will get to in just a moment. Aleister Black, Chris Jericho, Katsuyori, Shibata, Austin Aries, and Neville in a 5-man match with one special invitation on the line. The winner faces Seth Rollins for the ECW Championship at the next ECW exclusive pay-per-view. May have already said too much. What I do know is that I absolutely want to talk about this, and I can't wait any longer. So without further ado, it's my time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has finally happened. Your beloved ECW General Manager is here to make his presence felt on what we all know to be the true A-show, ECW. And trust me, I've got plenty to talk about in terms of this fine brand, as I can now reveal that our next ECW pay-per-view will be none other than ECW's New Year's Revolution. And on that event, we are going to be putting on some of the greatest matches you've ever seen, as we always do around here. As I've already discussed, tonight we'll be seeing a 5-man match to determine just who will face Seth Rollins for the ECW title. What makes this one different to the others? Well, it's simple. None of them have ever faced the greatest of all time with that title on the line. However, that's not all I have to announce when it comes to titles. Following the actions of one Buddy Murphy last week, I've taken into account just what to do with the Cruiserweight Championship. So, at New Year's Revolution, there will be a 6-man ladder match with Zack Sabre Jr.'s Cruiserweight title hanging above the ring. The participants in that match are as follows. Cruiserweight Champion Zack Sabre Jr., Mustafa Ali, Hiromu Takahashi, Cedric Alexander, Buddy Murphy, and whoever wins tonight's contest between Akira Tozawa and Zack Gibson. That about does it for me, so enjoy the show as you always should. We are the A-Show. We are ECW. I feel better about myself already. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That was a good way to start off the show. You're welcome for that. You're welcome. Anyway, let's get things going. New Year's Revolution is right around the corner. It's going to be on the first weekend of the new year. I couldn't think of anything better to bless the new year than an ECW pay-per-view. Nevertheless, great action on its way here for you tonight. The great thing about ECW is even with only one champion, I guess, in action here, it's still going to be an amazing show, as we always put on. And we are going to start things off here with a great contest. Kurt Angle, one-on-one against Tetsuya Naito. I know that sounds like a great one, and it is going to be a great one, because these two guys are great competitors. There's no doubt about it. And they're in to put on a great contest as well. So, let's go right into it. Kurt Angle, of course, has been really kind of finally getting his name out there in ECW. I think it took him a little while to get somewhere, but now we've seen him over these last few weeks really develop and really start to stand out. Angle is a surefire, bona fide, solid match, and he's taking on El Ingobernable himself in Tetsuya Naito, a guy who's had an outstanding 2018 in retrospect. Think about all the great times Naito has had on this brand here, the ECW Television Championship reign, the feud with Aleister Black to go with it, the match with Kenny Omega in Heatwave, the match with Seth Rollins at No Way Out on the series finale of the last series of Universe. Naito's had a great year, and there's no doubt in my mind that he would look to make the next year even better for him. And he could start that at New Year's Revolution? Revolution, yeah, Resolution's the other one. New Year's Revolution with maybe a title match. At the end of the day, I didn't talk anything about Braun Strowman's ECW Television Championship, and there is a strong reality that, to put it simply, Strowman's going to be on that card. He's going to need something to do, and as it currently stands, I haven't thought of anything for him. Maybe Naito will end up taking that role. Maybe it'll be Kurt Angle. I'm not saying anything because, quite frankly, I haven't actually decided anything. I mean, I've still got 4 editions of ECW left before we get to the event known as New Year's Revolution. So, I'm biding my time, not panicking. I'm going to put together a great card that ECW is always known for. As we see the suit of Naito here tonight, the hat and the shirt that he usually accompanies with has been left behind in place of a very dapper looking Tetsuya Naito here. I don't think actually we've seen Naito in action since No Way Out, so this should be an interesting thing to see. First time in 2 months we've seen Naito in action. Very interesting indeed. Nevertheless, you better believe that he is ready for action here. And like I said, a fine competitor in Kurt Angle to take on in that right as well. As I said, only one champion in action here tonight, and it's going to be the ECW Tag Team Champions Downfall in action later on. So, definitely going to be a very interesting contest there, no doubt about it. Looking forward to seeing how that one goes. Well, kinda. It's basically a tune-up match for them in all fairness, but I think two title matches will be made by the end of this evening, which should be doubly so interesting. I can't wait to see how that one goes as well. And also going to be Drew McIntyre in action, who of course had plenty to discuss last week regarding Kenny Omega and his actions there, especially at Survivor Series as well. I didn't talk about the whole Omega scenario because, quite frankly, I don't really know what to talk about regarding it. Omega hasn't approached me regarding wanting a contest. I haven't seen any desire from Kenny Omega. So, nothing really to discuss there, I guess, about Omega. And McIntyre. Nevertheless, McIntyre is going to be in action here tonight. So, that one should be interesting. As will that main event. 5-man match. One fall to a finish, and the winner gets the chance at Seth Rollins at New Year's Revolution. Looking forward to seeing how that one goes, as Naito is dominating this match right now to kickstart things on ECW. Completely in control here of Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. Needs to start bouncing back just a little bit here. Nice job there to get him to get that counter though. And now on the outside has Naito in his clutches here. Head first into the apron goes Naito's head. Good impact there for him. You're feeling the pain of that one. Of course, the apron, the hardest part of the ring, where the steel rungs are the steel bars are that support the ring. Naito gonna go up high here. This is a long way to go for Naito. Big time splash, paid off the way he wanted it to as well. Great stuff there from Naito. Can he capitalize on it here, though? We'll wait to find out. Angle in, able to put the brakes on it. Naito stopped in his tracks as a result there. Up against the ropes now. Angle has Naito and throwing him back as well. This match so far showing the signs that it is back and forth. Naito did get off to that very strong stop, but hasn't really been able to capitalize from there on out. In the turnbuckle we go now, though. Big elbow in the face there. Good counter from Angle. STO. And the former television champion goes down. Angle now down by the leg. Going to work on it, of course, for that ankle lock. Naito had a past of knee injuries as well. So a good chance for Angle to capitalize on as he goes into a body lock now. Amateur wrestling with Kurt Angle. Certainly not something you want to get yourself involved with. But a great job there from Tetsuya Naito to quickly get himself out from that lock and get himself back into this match. Nice kick in the gut there from Angle. Reversal from Naito. Could find himself in position. And oh my goodness, Naito! Destino! Destino from Naito. Out of the blue it strikes. And Angle kicks at it too, though. We have seen the resiliency of Kurt Angle in the past. That match against John Cena, I believe it was on the first edition of ECW of this series, where he kicked out of 3 AAs, I believe it was, before hitting the Angle Slam to get the win. Naito not wanting that to be the case here tonight. Big German suplex. And now one thing is becoming a reality within Naito. He just wants to win this, but Angle wants the win just as bad. Big German suplex there. Had the leg of Naito locked in as well. And now he's just controlling Naito down on the mat. Body lock applied here. Kind of just grappling him and controlling him with ease to go with it. Angle in now. And here we go. Naito on for a ride, but he will not be forgetting a trio of Germans from Kurt Angle. There's the second. Naito with no fight back. Angle with incredible versatility to roll through them all. And has he done enough for victory here over El Ingobernable? Cover on Naito. Will this do it? Naito kicks at it too. And Angle is well, a little bit stunned and shocked that that is the case. Great work there by Naito. Little things that matter there. Angle was going to go for that ankle lock, and Naito did a great job of just forcing himself right up to his feet to make sure that didn't happen. Naito still might be looking to put things away here still, though. And he has Angle in position. Naito in again. Destino! How that struck from out of the blue, I don't know. Felt like Naito was on the cusp of the Angle Slam or the ankle lock, and instead Destino strikes. And Naito beats Angle in one hell of a return match for him as well. Angle was never going to be an easy contest. Naito knew it, but that didn't stop him from walking out with the win, and he is oh so happy with it as well. And with Naito getting that win, it begs the question of, well, what is the plan for this man heading towards New Year's Revolution? Is there going to be things regarding Tetsuya Naito in that card? It will remain to be seen, I believe, to be the case. One thing is for certain, with a victory like that, Naito certainly proved what he can be capable of at any day. And I was very thrilled by that contest. Another strong show from Angle, even in defeat. Let's move on to our next contest, though. It's time to see who will join that ladder match at New Year's Revolution. Will it be Akira Tozawa or Zack Gibson? I mean, I realize that there could be an error in my way by granting the opportunity for a member of the British Empire to be in action. There's no doubt about it, but the other reality is that, simply put, Akira Tozawa showed what he was worth 2 weeks ago in ECW when he went one-on-one against Mustafa Ali, I believe it was. It took 3 0-5-4s for Ali to put him away. And that impressed me so much that I just thought, well, if he can do that in a normal match, what can he do if he's given the opportunity for greatness? What can he do if he's given the opportunity for a title shot? Tozawa held the Cruiserweight Championship about a year and a half ago now. And he would love to have it back around his waist, but to do that, he's got to beat Zack Gibson here tonight. That's for certain. To assert himself towards that title opportunity. This British Empire are on high adrenaline after what happened. Oh, look who's here. Look who is here. Speak of the man, and he shows his loyalty. The Cruiserweight champion, Zack Sabre Jr. heading towards the ring as Gibson prepares himself for this contest here. Well, it's pretty obvious just what their plan is. I can't say I don't like the sight of this because it's not really what I wanted, but in the same time, I'm not really surprised that it's happening. Gibson and Zack Sabre Jr., of course, are going to stand by each other's side. There is high morale within the British Empire after Survivor Series, and they're certainly showing a group effort here tonight as well. Will this group effort help Zack Gibson go towards New Year's Revolution? We're about to find out. Tozawa going to be ready for this one. Look at this. Gibson offering a handshake here. Tozawa. Oh, look at that. Look at that. To be expected from Gibson. Just not interested. Just trying to get under Tozawa's skin as early as possible. Bell rings and we're underway here. And look at that. Tozawa making Gibson pay in the early stages. Coming out big there with the Hurricanrana. Gibson a much taller. What was I going to say? A much taller man. I'm going to be surprised, to be honest, if Gibson can make that 205 limit. Akira Tozawa, though, is one of the smallest cruiserweights in the division. But Gibson could very well be a Buddy Murphy type scenario. Someone keeping themselves on the limit of 205 pounds. Zack Sabre Jr. weighs in at about 190 more often than not. Keeps himself at that frame, though, so that his submission-based offense can be even more dangerous with a lanky frame that's able to lock itself around his opponent. Almost like a coiled snake, really, and stop you from escaping. Gibson trying to use his power advantage to take control of Tozawa. Backstabber there. And Tozawa feeling the hurt of that one. I think he might be spurred on by that disrespect before this match got underway, and he's using it here to his moral gain. A big DDT there from Tozawa, but a very big counter as well from Zack Gibson, able to bring Tozawa back down. Who will join Sabre Jr.? Oh my goodness, what a kick in the face by Gibson. Who will join, though? Sabre Jr., Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, Buddy Murphy, and Hiromu Takahashi in that six-man ladder match. Great evasion there out of the Texas Cloverleaf, and a great kick in the face as well from Akira Tozawa. We're up on that second rope now. Drop kick, and Gibson goes down. Tozawa's starting to get fired up here, and he's feeling a little bit confident in his own right as well. His forearm. Oh! Socked him with that strike. Tozawa really just going all out here for victory. Boot is caught, though, and Gibson, is he going to go for another submission here? Definitely can tell that he's been around Zack Sabre Jr., training with him over this last week or so. Rolling Achilles lock there, but Tozawa able to fight his way out of it. Tozawa may be at a disadvantage in terms of the manpower of Zack Gibson and in terms of the Cruiserweight Champion being on the outside, but this could be Tozawa's chance to send a great message as well. Nice back suplex, lovely bridge. Not able to get more than a 1 count, though. Drop kick there. Tozawa gonna go right up to the top rope. Will this pay off the way that he wants it to? Went for a double foot stomp, and Gibson evaded it. Stomped right in his head there as well to stop him getting up. Zack Gibson with a step up in Zaguri, and Tozawa goes down. But cannot capitalize. They went for a kick to the back counter from Tozawa. Reverse DDT, and he goes up high again. Will he look for another double foot stomp? Tozawa in. Big splash. Might have been a headbutt, actually, I believe. The connected cover from Tozawa. 2 count on Gibson. Very energetic cruiserweight match. There's no doubt about it here. And Zack Sabre Jr., the man who, of course, bears the most importance heading into that match, being the one to hold that title, of course, having a front row seat and eyeing here who could be one of his potential challenges. If it's Gibson, then I see that as a great advantage for the British Empire. If it's Tozawa, then Sabre Jr., along with the rest of the British Empire, might be concerned about what transpires on that evening. Gibson able to drag Tozawa up to his feet here. What are we going to see from this man now? Liverpool's #1. Going to just use his power over Tozawa here, suplexing him back into the ring. And Tozawa feeling the impact of it. Gibson going to pick it back up to his feet here. Just sending him over the top rope again. Tozawa in though. Great counter. Sunset flip. This could be Tozawa's chance. Is Tozawa in here for New Year's Revolution? No. Counter, but an immediate kick out on Gibson. Chops in the solar plexus there. Gibson. Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter from Gibson. Struck out of nowhere. And Tozawa was put down by it. Zack Gibson is your winner. And moves on to New Year's Revolution. And the British Empire are going to breathe an almighty sigh of relief about that one. 1/3 of the field in that match will be members of the British Empire. That is exactly what they wanted. Think about it. Sabre Jr. can't win that title. Gibson does. Title remains around the waist of the British Empire, and they're going to be happy about that being the case. Gibson completes the field. There you have it in New Year's Revolution. Zack Sabre Jr. will look to defend the title against Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, Hiromu Takahashi, Buddy Murphy, and his own stablemate in Zack Gibson. Interesting stuff there. Time to move on to our next contest, though. As I said, Downfall are in action. And here they come. The ECW Tag Team Champions are on their way. I didn't bring up Downfall's ECW Tag Team titles because, to be honest, I don't really have a plan for them at New Year's Revolution right now. The simple reality is that I look at the division and I see the Good Brothers and I think, yeah, I could just throw them into the mix, but there are so many teams in this division right now and all of them so talented that I kind of just want to give them all a chance. But at the same time, I can't really afford to do that. Nevertheless, here come the Tag Team Champions towards the ring. Harper, Rowan, accompanied by Wolfe. These guys have been on a tear over these last 2 months. From being afterthoughts in a stable that was going nowhere with Raven as the lead, to the ECW Tag Team Champions, and not only that, but proven at Survivor Series to be, at this moment, the greatest tag team in this universe. You can try and argue your case why you think it's someone else. Hey, I would say that the best of all time is the Good Brothers, and I will stand by that. But there's no doubting the fact that they are the best team right in this moment now. At the end of the day, they were in a triple threat tag team match with American Alpha and the Gorillas of Destiny, and they won. If you beat the other two tag team champions, you are the best tag team champions. You are the best tag team as a result of it. Downfall look to prove that again here tonight. There's nothing intended towards this in regards to the tag team titles. I'll have something regarding that probably next week lined up. This is just about Downfall asserting their authority once more within ECW and reminding everyone who rules this division and why everyone needs to keep their wits about them. Harper starting things off here against this poor local talent. I swear, people around the New York area will just do anything for money. We've seen on NXT. I'm pretty sure this guy's faced Brian Cage. The way he's currently going, he's probably going to face half the roster by the end of the year. Nevertheless, we commence. Things are not looking good for him either. Maybe that gimp on the outside could make an impact in this one here. We'll see about that. Rowan in off the tag, however. And, well, it's just not going to get any better for him. Look at the strength there of Rowan, slamming this guy down with ease. At least he gets to keep the t-shirt, you know. That's what matters the most. But back on topic when it comes to those ECW Tag Team titles, yeah, maybe there is the Good Brothers. Maybe, I'm trying to get some other teams off the top of my head. The British Empire. I mean, come on, if things don't really work out the way that Neville wants them to here tonight, maybe Drew McIntyre will want to have another shot with the belt. Maybe the Wyatt family. If things don't work out for Aleister Black here tonight. Maybe the Horsemen. Things will be looking up for them if things don't work out for Jericho. Even if things don't work out for Jericho, maybe the duo of Oney Lorcan and Roddy Strong and Apollo Crews. Still a number of opportunities there. Maybe DIY want another crack at glory. still plenty to discuss regarding those tag team titles. And like I said, I haven't had a true thought about it. But what I do know is that Downfall are the definitive tag team champions within this universe. And they are looking set and ready to seal the deal. This is going to be it. And the Reckoning strikes. Gimp Man didn't even get a whisper into this match. Downfall are victorious yet again. I say this with bated breath as well. I do well fear for whoever gets involved in the path of the ECW Tag Team Champions at New Year's Revolution. At the end of the day, Wolfe hasn't even factored into this group yet, but Harper and Rowan have been destroying this place. Within weeks, they went from an afterthought to the best tag team in this universe. And when they defend their titles at New Year's Revolution, honestly, it could even be the Good Brothers, and I would still be there thinking the Downfall could take that victory. That is how dangerous this tag team is. And I believe that to be 100% true. Nevertheless, we're going to move on to our next contest here. This one should be a very interesting one. Drew McIntyre continuing his ego trip following the star-making performance at Survivor Series. He goes one-on-one against the former two-time World Heavyweight Champion, Tyler Breeze. And, well, you know, it's an interesting match for McIntyre because at the end of the day, whichever way you look at it, on paper, should he win here tonight, he's beaten a two-time world champion, a former United States champion, and a former Royal Rumble winner. Say what you will about Tyler Breeze's 2018, it's been one to forget for him. It's been drab with misery, and really his peak moment came at participating in a match at WrestleMania. That was it for Breeze. And you compare that to 2017, when he won the Royal Rumble, despite just being just another entrant on paper. Won the main event of WrestleMania, went on to feud with the Bullet Club throughout the summer, and still showed that he was, without a doubt, one of the most deserving men to have held the world title. I will say that. Tyler Breeze is a true example of a guy who took every opportunity that was handed his way. That is exactly what Breeze did. There was never a time where Breeze grabbed an opportunity or stole someone else's opportunity. When he won King of the Ring, he won it because he was given that opportunity. When he won the United States Championship, because he was given that opportunity. Royal Rumble, because he was given that opportunity. That main event of WrestleMania, because he took... That is the only example of him taking something, an opportunity, because he won the Rumble to secure it. And although things have changed in 12 months for Tyler Breeze, the simple fact of the matter is that his resume hasn't. He is still one of the most impressive talents, and is still one of those guys who went from the very bottom to the very top. And I think that is what Drew McIntyre wants to have as well. Think about it. Last year, he got turned on by James Storm, left out in the cold by Monday Night Raw. Comes to ECW and has reinvented himself underneath the banner of the British Empire. Yes, and that is not the part that I like about it. But in that time, an ECW Tag Team title to his name, has become one of the standout men on ECW each and every week, and of course, three of 4 eliminations at Survivor Series because of this man. And on the very first ECW following following Survivor Series, attacks Kenny Omega and explains his reasoning as Omega being in a position that belongs to Drew McIntyre. Whether or not that'll be the case, we are yet to find out. What I can say for certain is that McIntyre is absolutely a man right now who is at the top of his game, and he is showing it every single week. He believes in his own hype, and in the same breath, his own hype is causing him success. He wins matches. He stands out each and every week. He puts on incredible performances. He carried the British Empire to victory at Survivor Series. 3 eliminations, 2-on-1 down at the end of it. And he hung in there, and he won. I don't like the British Empire. I don't really have much of a fanfare towards Drew McIntyre. But what I cannot deny is that McIntyre is now a star. He is a self-made star in that own right as well. And he's taking on a man who did the same as him. Tyler Breeze, of course, did it before him in 2017 and 2016. Took Breeze maybe a little bit longer. Breeze had more gold to show in that time as well and more success. 2016 King of the Ring, of course, was where it all started. It snowballed from there. It took until the next April to capture his first World Heavyweight Championship. So it took Breeze 14 months to achieve the success that he wanted. McIntyre has been achieving that success since about April. So there you go. He's been making perhaps a quicker impact, but the reality is Tyler Breeze still has a world title, 2 of them, under his name. I'm sure McIntyre would like that to be him at some point, but we'll see if that'll be the case or not right now. Of course, he's not going to be in that number 1 contenders match. He's already had a shot at Seth Rollins for the ECW Championship as well, back at last year's Royal Rumble. Different times for Drew McIntyre around then, no doubt about it. Big forearm in the face from McIntyre as well. Let's see what'll happen here. Irish whip, duck under. And Breeze able to counter that again. Another DDT. Breeze able to work in such almost a slippery way. It's so tough to work around how quick Breeze is and how nimble and agile he is as well. The reality is the power game of Drew McIntyre is what makes him oh so dangerous, and he's proving it right there with one hell of a pile driver. The luscious good looks of Tyler Breeze going to be feeling the impact of that one. McIntyre now just once again using his strength, almost threw Breeze into the referee there. Jesus. No remorse showing from this man. Counter though from the 2-time world champ. Counter back from McIntyre. Oh my goodness. Another impactful move, that shoulder tackle, just bringing him off his feet there. And with ease, belly to belly. My goodness. McIntyre is just something else in terms of power. That stature that he has and the weight that he has to go along with it and the power definitely makes him pound for pound one of the toughest guys around. Look, in the turnbuckle now. Breeze, just a passenger to a reverse Alabama slam from McIntyre. So dangerous. Headbutt from McIntyre as well. And if Omega's getting this message or not, it doesn't matter, because McIntyre's on his way to victory. Claymore kick! And with a cover on Tyler Breeze, Drew McIntyre just beat a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. Just beat a former Royal Rumble winner. And made it look easy as well. McIntyre wins over a very, very successful man in this universe. But here comes, speaking of successful men within this universe, Kenny Omega hitting the ring. Omega going after McIntyre now. He's having his response. He wasn't waiting any longer. Kenny Omega in, pointing to Drew McIntyre. V-trigger! V-trigger from Omega. And a response sealed from Kenny Omega towards Drew McIntyre with one winged angel. There you have it. But Kenny Omega isn't done yet. Kenny Omega now has taken a microphone and I think has also taken matters into his own hands. And he most certainly is. Omega saying that if McIntyre wants to talk the talk, well, how about he walks the walk as well? New Year's Revolution is just around the corner and Kenny Omega is up for a fight on that evening. And why doesn't he do it with Drew McIntyre? If you got the guts, he'll see you there. Oh my. He's put out a challenge to Drew McIntyre. And since I'm the one with the power around here, it's on. Kenny Omega, Drew McIntyre at New Year's Revolution. God, what a night it's been around here again. We do things so good, don't we? I love it. I love it. Anyway, it is time for our main event of the evening. And after a hectic night it has been, It's going to get even better with one incredible main event coming your way. 5-man match to determine the #1 contender to Seth Rollins' ECW Championship at New Year's Revolution. The catch being that the 5 men in this match have not faced Seth Rollins for the ECW title. As a matter of fact, I believe one of them hasn't even faced Seth Rollins at all. So that only adds to the intrigue. Here comes the first man out though. Certainly, I believe has had run-ins with Rollins in the past. It is the 2-time ECW television champion. Actually, no, my mistake. So 3-time, right? No. 2-time. 2-time ECW television champion, Aleister Black, heading towards the ring here for this one. Black has, as I said, he's had meetings with Rollins in the past. Has he ever had a shot at that title? No. He went pretty much straight for the television championship upon his debut in this universe and was kind of just going along with that until about May, April of this year, when after a rematch loss to Naito, he focused on Wyatt family business for a little bit. And since then, has not really had much to do. Wyatt family has been kind of a little bit more elsewhere, I suppose would be the best way of saying it. Of course, with the current ECW television champion in Braun Strowman, certainly Bray Wyatt would be loving if Aleister Black could take on the ECW title at New Year's Revolution should he win here tonight and garner even more success for them. Black versus Rollins would be an incredible title match, no two ways about it. But the big question would be, would Aleister Black have it in him to dethrone Seth Rollins? He'd head into a 3rd calendar year as the ECW champion, regardless of what happens at New Year's Revolution. At the end of the day, New Year's Revolution is after the new year. And the simple reality is that no one's going to stop Rollins from making that happen unless Roman Reigns cashes in over the next 2 or so weeks. But he has his own interest going on Monday Night Raw. So I don't think we have to concern ourselves with that one too greatly. Nevertheless, here comes a man who made his return a few weeks ago and would love an opportunity at Seth Rollins. Chris Jericho, the leader of the 4 Horsemen, the man who has a great amount of success here on ECW as well. 2 ECW tag team title reigns, and has been one of the faces of the brand in my eyes for a very long time. Jericho, of course, also led the Horsemen to victory alongside the DCC at Survivor Series, picking up the final elimination in that one over Aiden English to complete a clean sweep win. And now, we wait to see what happens in this one here. Can Jericho be the one to get that title match? I would be skeptical of Jericho versus Rollins for the aspect of Jericho only just came back from an injury caused by someone he's going to be meeting in this match in Neville. But nevertheless, Jericho came back from that injury and, he's fit, he's fought magnum opus. Yikes. That's about it. So, could be said that Jericho may not be ready, but he certainly has enough time between now and then to line himself up for that opportunity. This man, there's no two ways about it, would be one hell of a competition, one hell of a contest for Seth Rollins. Katsuyori Shibata. What a fight that would be for Rollins to have to endure. People always say that I favor Seth Rollins too greatly, I stick up for Rollins too much. Explain in this contest here how I'm being easy on Rollins. All 5 of these men are incredible in their own right. I've not skimped out on an opponent. I've not gone easy on Rollins. I've never gone easy on Rollins. Every challenger he's had has been a tough challenger. I've never skimped out on it. The simple fact of the matter is you're just all coming up with excuses for why Seth Rollins beats the new kid on the block who thinks he can dethrone him. No. Rollins is just better. I've been saying that now for, how long has he been champion? 16 months? And no one listens. Still. Shock and awe. Well, there you go. There's Shibata anyway entering the ring. He had a chance at the WWE Championship earlier this year against Kazuchika Okada at Money in the Bank. What a contest that was between those two guys. Built up upon respect and the lack thereof it, and left with respect for each other. Absolutely amazing thing to witness. And what another thing it would be to witness Austin Aries hunting down the ECW Championship once again. It's amazing to think that I talk about the success of this man, of Austin Aries within this universe. All the titles he's held, all the matches he's had. And he hasn't had a World Championship opportunity. He hasn't had a match for a world title since, to the best of my knowledge, 2016 at WrestleMania, when he was the WWE Champion. That really says a lot. I could be wrong on that one, but he never had a title shot in 2017. I know that's the case. And I know he hasn't had a title shot in 2018 either, because he would have faced Seth Rollins. It's insane that is the case. Katsuyori Shibata, of course, has only just come over in the draft, so there's a little surprise why he hasn't had the opportunity yet at Seth Rollins. That could all change here tonight. So it could for Austin Aries, and so it could for this man as well, who's going to be rekindling an old rivalry with that man in the ring. Oh, it's going to be pretty interesting between Neville and Chris Jericho. For the majority of new people who arrived at the start of this series, I'll give you the lowdown. It was a meeting between the leader of the Four Horsemen and the leader of the British Empire at Guilty as Charged. It was the leader of the British Empire who won that one by kicking Chris Jericho's head into a ring pole, and Jericho, having a number of nagging injuries already at that moment in time, was really forced to the shelf with what had been done to him by Neville. Neville took full praise for that injury on Chris Jericho, and of course took the victory as well, and started what became a very long process of rivalry between the British Empire and the Four Horsemen, which ended up pretty much being a British Empire win. Will it be a British Empire win here tonight for Neville, which will lead to Neville versus Seth Rollins for the ECW Championship? Maybe so. Fun fact about that ECW Championship, it is the only title on this brand that Neville hasn't won. He has won the Cruiserweight Championship twice, I believe, maybe 3 times. He has won the ECW Television Championship twice. He has won the ECW Tag Team titles either 2 or 3 times now. He has never held the ECW Championship. That could all change if he gets the opportunity at New Year's Revolution. Well, there's 5-man matches on the way. It's certainly going to be a very interesting one for one of these guys, because he's essentially going to be the odd man out. Have to be in the ring for the pinfall or submission to count. First one who gets it is the #1 contender to the ECW title. As simple as that. So we have Neville and Aleister Black in the ring. Shibata, Jericho, and Aries out of the ring. Pretty interesting stuff so far. Neville in the ring right now with Aleister Black. Brainbuster incoming. Struck with it. Aries has Chris Jericho in his clutches. 2 veterans of this universe colliding right there. Nice facebuster cover made here by Neville. Aries jumped right into the ring, but it was a very early kick out there by Aleister Black. What the hell? Handspring back elbow attempt, but all. Neville was more interested in taking matters into his own hands. Tiger suplex. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combo by Aries in the ring. Meanwhile, Jericho and Shibata getting into a fight up on the ramp now. Oh my goodness. Michinoku driver on the solid steel ramp. Wow, not solid. It has holes underneath it. Nevertheless, in the ring we go with Aries and Aleister Black right now. Tornado DDT struck big there. Neville was retreating to the outside. Cover made by A double here. Looking to put away Aleister Black, who's struggling in this contest thus far. In the face of Aleister Black there by Chris Jericho now, who turns his attention to the 2-time television champion. Oh, who responds with one hell of a knee in the face. Of course, there is only one man in this ring who, well, he's not even in this ring right now. There's only one man who hasn't held gold on ECW. Oh my goodness, look in the ring. Neville and Chris Jericho working together there to beat down Aleister Black. And now they meet, their eyes lock, and a rivalry is rekindled, and Chris Jericho going right for victory on Neville. Couldn't wait a second longer. Walls of Jericho applied. Neville trying to get himself out of it, and he's able to do just that as well. Neville able to fight out of it. Sunset flip by Neville in the ring as well. Cover to become the #1 contender, and I think there's a combination of Jericho kicking out and Aries kicking him right in the back as well. Neville looking for a tiger suplex there. Countered. Austin Aries taking matters into his own hands there. Shin breaker back suplex combo. I'm a bit paying attention to that one right now. Not paying attention to two very similar wrestlers colliding with each other in the ring in Shibata and Aleister Black. Austin Aries. Oh, codebreaker! Codebreaker by Jericho! But look at this. Aries disturbing the moment. Out of handspring back elbow to Shibata. Completely missed him there. Aleister Black just essentially needs to pin Neville. That's exactly what he's doing. Austin Aries almost in that moment costing a victory for Chris Jericho. Shibata and Black seem to be too confused with one another to realize that this was going on, and Neville's in huge trouble right now. Boot caught, leg swept as well of him. Jericho sent to the outside, and that has left Aleister Black alone in the ring right now. Uh-oh. With Neville and Black, here we go. Running knee right in the face. Jericho sending Aries back into the ring. Neville countering Black there though. Shibata on the outside right now recovering. Black there in. What a knee in the face from Aleister Black. What a drop kick there from Austin Aries. Sleeper hold applied there, but Aleister Black able to break out of it. Single leg Boston Crab now attempt here on Chris Jericho by Austin Aries. Shibata and Neville both trying to stop it, and they couldn't, and instead Shibata kicks Neville in the face. Jericho able to break out of it. That's been a complete cluster from start to finish, essentially. Really tough to call, and all these guys in the ring, you know, there's always that one guy who's the awkward one out, and he's making things awkward for everyone else. Shibata on Black, maybe. Here we go. Rolls through. And oh, stopped by Neville. Looking for PK and got stopped. Reverse Rana from Neville. Jericho, meanwhile, firing up here. Oh, send over that top rope. Wait a minute, Neville. Oh my, what? What? Neville stole one. How did that happen? Black, I don't even think Black got hit with the PK. But Neville was able to steal one there. What the hell just happened? I don't know. But the British Empire have just gotten the greatest opportunity they could ask for. And they have a shot at the ECW Championship lined up for New Year's Revolution. It will be Seth Rollins versus Neville. What a night it is for the Empire. Two men involved in the Cruiserweight ladder match. Drew McIntyre going one-on-one with Kenny Omega. Neville versus Seth Rollins. Shock and awe, I believe, is what I am in from what I just saw there. Neville, the next in line for Seth Rollins. I know he's watching, and I know he's going to be ready for the leader of the Empire. That closes this edition of ECW, a whirlwind edition. And as always, the show of the week strikes again. That ends episode of Universe. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.